Happy Thursday. I am going to skip us ahead a little bit in our study of Joshua. So we're now checking in with the Jews when they're on the other side of the Jordan River, and a few things have happened. The men have all been circumcised as sort of a way of reestablishing the Abrahamic covenant that God is going to bless the world through Abraham's descendants with the Messiah and other things. The entire people have celebrated the Passover and reminded themselves of God's faithfulness and that provision of the Passover lamb, which will eventually be Jesus. And the third thing that has happened is that the manna that they have relied upon for food for the last 40 years has stopped. So God kept them alive in the desert for 40 years by supernatural provision, but now that has stopped. And so now they've crossed the Jordan, but that was yesterday's challenge. Now they need to take the city of Jericho. I have been to the ruins of Jericho, and it made a splash in the news 10 years ago, perhaps, in archaeological studies, because the excavation team, I can't remember who was leading it. It was a woman. And she announced that they had found this, they were excavating the city and believed it was Jericho because the walls had fallen out as opposed to falling in. So you can imagine in most ancient cities, if there's a protective wall, that the wall is going to be beaten in by the enemy. The wall would crumble in, and then the bad people would stream in. But these walls had fallen out, and so it is believed on the basis of that. I don't know if there's other, there was no digs going on when I was there. The digs are very expensive, and often they just don't have the funding that they need to keep going. So there was nobody digging there when I was there, but the city of Jericho is there. So the passage that we're going to look at, and we're going to have to pick this up next week, but the passage that we look at is one in which Joshua is out at night walking around. You can only imagine he's in charge, and they cross the Jordan, but that was, again, that was yesterday's celebration. Now they're supposed to go take Jericho, and he has no idea how this is going to happen. He has untrained troops. He doesn't have good supply lines. He's got, the food has stopped. You can just imagine the kind of pressure that he's feeling under. And he's out in the middle of the night, and you got to imagine that he's out walking around in the middle of the night because he can't sleep. And he can't sleep because he's thinking, what am I going to do? How did I end up in charge of this campaign? But what happens? And I'll just I'll just leave it here. What happens in the middle of the night is he meets a person, and that person is Jesus. We'll pick this up on Monday. Tomorrow, as the campus pastors, we'll pick this up on Monday. See you then.